Since the beginning of the special operation in Ukraine, the Buk air defense system has destroyed many enemy drones, for which the installation has become known as the drone fighter. Calculations of the Buk air defense system continue to ensure the protection of units of the armed forces of Ukraine of the Russian Federation from the means of an air attack by militants. High-speed and cross-country combat vehicle. Having reached its firing position, the Buk air defense missile launcher immediately goes into combat readiness. She brings the missiles to the starting position. The radar station scans the sector. When the missiles are ready, the search for the fire sector begins. Russian fighters said that the complex can hit air targets at different altitude ranges and different ranges. Throughout the entire time, the calculation showed its high-quality training during tactical exercises with live firing. He showed his coordinated actions during real combat operations and performing a real combat mission. Thanks to the coherence, thanks to the knowledge of what everyone should do in their workplace, the responsibility of each serviceman, they were transferred to readiness in the specified sector. An air target was detected, they took it for escort, made identification, and reported to a higher command post. There is a target at such and such a distance. The senior chief gave the command to destroy the air target since the target was not his own. According to the results of identification, the launch was carried out. After evaluating the result of the shooting, the target was hit. After that, I had to change my starting position, but I saw a second target at about the same azimuth. There was no time to change position. As we were covering the unit, they were simply left without protection from the sky. He captured the second aerial target. The movement parameters were about the same as the first, which showed it was the second plane. I reported to the commander and permission was given to launch the second missile. As a result of the shooting, the second plane was also hit. The goal is not difficult, the goal is clearly visible. All the parameters of it, everything is quite well known. Therefore, it is not so difficult to work on it. Of course, there are unattainable goals, but during the execution of this operation, such goals have not yet been met. All the targets given by the distribution targets, the higher management, all the targets were fired at. Whether it's the old Soviet complexes, the same .U, or these are new complexes of foreign countries. For all types of purposes, this complex works almost perfectly. All the goals are visible, whether it is a jammer of some foreign countries. We get rid of the interference and continue to work, as well as for the previous goals. The anti-aircraft combat itself is very fleeting. That is, from the moment the target is detected to its defeat. Depending on the range, the time comes for a minute and a half. When you understand the responsibility that has been placed on you, I fired at the first target. There is a covered unit in the rear that needs to be covered. No matter what you do, we have to make serious decisions, either to change our position or still take the risk and carry out a cover-up. According to the standard, after the launch of the first rocket launch, they had to change their position and get ready again in a firing position. But it would take 5.7 minutes. That is, the target would have been missed and could have caused serious damage to the units being covered. Therefore, I believe that the decision I made was the right one. The aerial target was shelled. Yes, at the risk to themselves, but with a guarantee for the covered units that they will remain covered. At such a moment, I didn't think about anything. The goal, the task to accomplish. After completing the task, you can successfully return home to your family and friends, to the comrades who are in the rear. At this stage of work, we are conducting combat work on enemy combat aircraft, in particular on unmanned aerial vehicles. mainly small-sized enemy aircraft flying at extremely low altitudes and strike unmanned aerial vehicles of Turkish production Bayraktar. The Buk complex is guaranteed to detect and fire at them. There are no emergency situations. Ready to work in 5 minutes. I can say that the Anti-Aircraft Missile Division, that since the beginning of the special military operation, the Missile Division has destroyed over 22 aerial targets, including unmanned aerial vehicles. 1 target, 1 missile. The personnel of the Anti-Aircraft Missile Division are ready for combat work in any combat situation. This sample has radiation recognition equipment where the radar interrogator is located. Radar markings are marked on all aircraft. If they mark it means their own. If they do not respond, then the air target is subject to defeat. There can be no mistake. The enemy uses interference of various kinds, of various types, but the complex equipment allows you to build up from them and carry out combat work.
Гарантированно от них отстроиться и провести боевую работу.